Beautiful clouds in the sky tonight. I'm going to take that flip up here about 175 feet or so. Yeah, a beautiful picture there. So we're gonna, must be a football game tonight. I'll fly over toward there just to see if it's busy over there around the football field. See how far we can go here. Microphone's not quite like I want it. I can't hear it very good, so we're gonna. I think I'm recording. There we go. Okay, so I'm trying to fix my mic here. Alright, now it's recording, so I'll try this again here. I'm going to click on my shirt this time. Hopefully it'll stay right side up instead of flipping around. But get it clipped up here. There, that's pretty close there. That's good. So now that flips out there toward the football field, I'm going to take her a little further. Let's see how far we can go before we start losing signal. Wouldn't hurt to go up a little higher. Might get a better signal if I stay up a little higher. That's probably going to be good there. Don't see any football, although there's a lot of cars. Max altitude reach, so beautiful clouds in the sky tonight. Bring that gimbal down a little bit. We'll go a little further. I did lose one bar there on the RC. Yeah. Well, let's zoom in just a hair here and see if there's a storage full. Okay. That's strange. I just formatted it. Anyway, let's zoom in and see. Yeah, they're playing football there tonight. Zoom in a little more there. There we go. You can see them down there toward the Pele end zone. So yeah, there's a football game going on. Yeah, so that's zoomed in 3 times there. Let's back it back out. Let's turn around. And let's head back this direction. Don't want to bother anybody over there. It's kind of a smoky, hazy night tonight. Bring that up a little bit so you can see the clouds coming right in toward the sun. But we're going to turn over this way. And kind of go away from that sun a little bit. I don't need to glare of the sun on it. I don't have any filters on that yet. I do have some for it. I haven't used them yet. Okay, we're coming back toward us here now. Yeah, you can see the lake there in the background. On the left, right there by the horizon, that's Lake Red Rock. And I'm headed toward, I'm going to drop it down just a hair. I'm headed toward downtown area. I don't know if there's anything going on up there, but we'll see here. See if the windmill's running. Don't believe it is. Let's stop there. Zoom in. Nope, windmill's not running. Excuse me. Windmill's not running. There you can see the windmill stopped. And there's a Molten Ground. I usually fly over. We're going to head over this direction here. Shows we got 77% battery left. This DJI flip is probably When I first seen this thing and it came out, I thought, what is that? It looks like it's got wagon wheels on it. But you know, it's turned out to be my most used drone. Even the I got some birds swooping me now. Even the Mini 4 Pro. I mean, I use it more than I use the Mini 4 Pro, simply because it doesn't need a landing pad, and you can take it out and you can fly it without a control. It's got 7 or 8 different AI that it does, like the droney, circle, boomerang, and that same thing that the Mini does. But it only costs about $500. You know, it's about half the price of a Mini 4 Pro. Same camera as a Mini 4 Pro. There's the channel, and a couple people walking in there by the channel, but we won't bother them. There's the pub. The pub's busy. And we'll get that gimbal back up here so we can see a little sky. And that's the downtown area, the top of the buildings. We're going to turn around. Camera back, zoom back. And we'll come back this direction. Beautiful sky tonight. Direction here. I'd like to do just one circle here. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to quit recording. Go to quick shots. Quick shot there. Let's do a circle. Let's do it right over us. Obstacle avoidance won't work, but we're 330 feet in the air, so that's not going to bother anything. I've flown uptown and back. There's nothing over 150 feet tall. The windmill uptown is the tallest object around, and it's 150. But yeah, there's nothing. There is an airport west of town, but 90% of the time they stay over west of town when they're flying. Once in a great while, one will fly over here, but I can usually hear them, you know, quite a bit before they get to me here. So I usually just go down low as I can and then come back home if I see a airplane. I figure 150 feet. They don't want to be that low when they're flying over town, so I go down to about 150 and then come back toward home and just watch for them. But that's the circle. Beautiful sky back there. There's a chance of rain off and on, just patchy rain tonight, but I don't think we're going to get any. Yeah, that's a nice quick shot, and it doesn't take any effort. I mean, you can fly the circle without a problem, just both sticks out, but this quick shot just keeps everything smooth and flowing. Hardly any effort to it whatsoever. I mean, I'm out a ways there from the home point, but I can still see the drone. That's a good thing about the Flip. You can see it a lot better than you can the Mini because of those prop guards on it. And I am going to fly it at night. I do have, in the United States, you have to have a strobe that you can see at 3.7 miles, what it says. The FAA, it's mandatory that you have that. And I do have one, and I'm going to mount it on it here in the next week or so and then fly it at night. I didn't realize you could fly the Flip at night, but you can. And the obstacle avoidance works at night because it's infrared. It doesn't go like the Mini 4 Pro is infrared, so, and it's only front, so I mean it's just going to keep you from running into anything. So that's good. And if with the strobe light on it, I'll be able to see it, you know, and see where I'm at all the time, and bring it back home without any problems. So yeah, I'm going to do that a little later. The only thing that that was holding me up with that is I don't want to stick that Velcro on my drone and leave it on there. So I worked at 3M for 33 years, and they make what's called command adhesive. And it's adhesive on two sides of foam. And it's not real aggressive, but it's aggressive enough to hold the strobe on the drone. And so I'm going to use command adhesive and then stick that on the drone. And what you do then when you're done is it's got a tab on it, and you pull that and stretch that foam out, and that pops that adhesive loose, and you just pop your strobe light right off. And then I can stick it on my other drone, the Mini 4 or the Air 3S, whatever I want to fly at night. That way you don't have that cruddy looking Velcro stuck to your drone all the time. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll probably run a video of that and kind of show how to do it. But I did see a couple other people that have done that. Seems to be successful. Now I'm going to have to be sure that that strobe is stuck down, because you would want that thing falling off when you're flying. So I'm going to be sure it's stuck down good before I take off and fly that. That makes a nice circle there. It's coming around where you can see the sun and the lake again. See the sun shining off of the lake there a little bit. That's kind of neat. And there's some dark clouds over there in the west. It's a beautiful, beautiful night to fly. I really enjoy flying this flip. It's very stable in the air, you know, for a 249 gram drone. Camera is just as good as the Mini 4 Pro, same camera. It's a 1/1.3 inch sensor on the camera, and it's solid. There's no breeze tonight, so it's pretty easy to fly the flip. It was kind of breezy earlier, but now tonight it's settled down. There's hardly any breeze at all. So yeah, we're gonna finish up this circle. That's a nice wide circle. You almost see the whole town. When there's Pellicorp over there in the background with the towers, window store. That's the headquarters there. The Pella windows. And then there's a spot there you see it's kind of bare. That used to be the old ball fields for the young kids to play, and now you can go down there and fly your drones. I used to do that before I started flying in my backyard. I'd go down there and fly. Then once I got more comfortable flying them, I just fly them out of my backyard. Now I got a big backyard, so I just fly it out of my backyard now. Now we're coming over the top of the retirement home there. You see there's a independent living on the left there with the brown roof. And then over on the right, the white roof, that's a catered living. And then in the middle is basically used to be the nursing home part of it, but they've built a new one outside of town that they call the cottages that they use now for the people that need extended care. So yeah, that's it. Starting to lose a little bit of signal there. I don't know, must have been some kind of interference there because we're not too far away. It's just kind of right above us. Okay, that's the end of the circle. So let's stop that. I'd like to bring that gimbal up, and I'm just going to do hyperlapse. And I think what I'm going to do is course lock. Now I'm just going to do free. Yeah, I said I didn't have enough battery, but I'll wait. If I get down there to about 30%, I'll bring it back. We'll just stop the hyperlapse and I'll bring it back home. But there's nice clouds out tonight, so I should do a little bit of a hyperlapse there in the middle of my video. I always like to put them in the middle of my videos. I don't know why. I just kind of stop where I'm at, get a good shot of the clouds, and then do a hyperlapse in the air. I don't know. I just like doing it. It kind of adds to the video a little bit. So that'll about do it for the night. There's a football game on tonight, so I'm going to watch a football game. But It's a beautiful night. About 75 degrees and it's just still no breeze at all, really, nothing. It's kind of fun. Fly right here. There's no electric wires in town, at least not this part of town. They put everything underground for the last 20, 25 years. They put everything underground, and that was really nice to fly. You don't have to worry about, coming in for a landing and hit a wire, or taking off and hitting a wire. There's none around. So that's kind of nice. I know a lot of your big cities don't have that, but wires everywhere. But it's just a good place to fly. I've never had any. I don't bother my neighbors. I don't fly around here and make a lot of noise or anything. I usually go up and out of here. And neighbors on both sides, I don't have any problems with. So that's kind of nice. You get along good with your neighbors and don't pester them with your drone. They're not going to get upset at you. And so I try to be a good neighbor as long as I can. So that hyperlapse is probably going to get done. It's about 70 out of 125, and we got 33% battery left. So I think it's going to work all right. And then we'll bring it back home here in a minute so that the hyperlapse gets done. I don't know why it's showing my storage full, but it's not. I'm recording onto the drone right now, and it should have plenty of room on there. I formatted the SD card before I took off, and yeah, I think it's going to be all right. Get this hyperlapse done, and then bring it back home. There's a water tower off there in the distance, you can see, and then there's two rivers cooperative there on the left, and then out in there's Hy-Vee store and Tyson's, and then over on the right you can see a little bit of Telcorp. Those two towers are they grind up their pallets and they sell the pallets to this company, and they grind it up for bedding for animals and that. And it's kind of nice. I mean, they use up their old pallets that way. Yeah, we're good. We're at 27%, and then we're finishing up the hyperlapse. And the battery's going to cancel that coming home. We're going to be all right at 27%. I can go down to 25. Bring it home. Then we'll let that finish the hyperlapse, and then we'll bring it home. Done. Creating video. 25% left. As soon as that gets done, we'll bring it home. Alright, return to home. And that should be fine. We're at 23% now. We're out there just a little ways. I can see her coming. We're in normal mode, so we can go pretty good for 22%. We'll have 20% left on the battery when we get back home. That's about right. Won't get it much lower than that. Not good for the battery to go down much below 20. It might get below 20, but not going to be much if it does. Just a couple hundred feet out now. But that's the flip. I really enjoy flying it. It's very, very solid in the air for a drone. It's got the prop cards on it so that if you do bump something on your way out, it's not going to crash like it would with the Mini 4. You bump something with that Mini 4 and you're on the ground. But yeah, it's coming down right where I'm sitting, so it's getting the home point, and it's down to 18%. So yeah, it was pretty much just about all it wanted to do for that battery. So yeah, I'm gonna come it down now. Call that a flight. Stand up here and get it.